Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing this evening, this fine Thursday? You can probably see out the window behind me here, the sun is shining in Donegal. We've got blue skies. Don't know what that's all about. This is our summer, probably. Back to normal next week, I would say. How's everyone doing? Let's see who's in the chat. Once I get it up, that's the chat. Or anybody says anything else. Right, I've got Tom Houston Model Rails in, Hot Dog Pilot Andy, good evening. Flymo Chairman Ones, good evening. Colin Wilkes, good evening. Hi to anybody who's watching this on replay as well. Who else we got in? Continental Christopher. Christopher, how you doing, sir? Summer Breeze Model Railway, John and Holly, good evening. Maura King's in. Hi, Maura. I thought you would know that one last night, being in Listowel. Brian Finnerton's in. How you doing? Colin Wilkes, good evening. RTJ Trains, oh, Rob and Grace are in. It's all downhill from here. Colin Wilkes, who else we got in? Hi to anybody who's there lurking in the background. Brian Madden, good evening. My farmer neighbor, a very nice chap, is currently whacking out the slurry as if it's going out of fashion. Windows are closed. Oh. Dara's Locomotive Shed, good evening. Who else we got in? I'm just quickly going through the chat here. Leslie Gilpin's in. Hi, Leslie. 156 Andrew, Shortbread Express this evening. Bogey Joe's in as well. How are you doing, Bogey Joe? Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase. Let the puns begin, I suppose. So he's in. Newland Railway. Clive, good evening, sir. How are you doing? Mark, it's only early April. We have at least another week of good weather over the summer. June, when the exams start. As soon as the Leave Cert starts, the sun comes out. Leave Cert is A-level equivalent in the UK. Jennifer Foster McDade. Oh, hi, Jennifer. She is about to board a flight from Glasgow to Dublin, so she'll be back here later on tonight. Safe flight, Jennifer. Do pop into the chat once you land the other side. Joshua W56 Gaming, good evening. Oh, I think I got to near the trap then. So, any questions? Pop them in the chat. Tonight, running the same as usual. Didn't fix the outside line because obviously I was away last weekend. Had a night away down in Virginia in the Lakeside Manor Hotel. And if you want to see a video on that hotel, it'll be out on Sunday on my other channel. Didn't go and do anything on Sunday like I was going to because got to the hotel, opened up the boot, closed the boot, boot wouldn't close, lock broke on the boot. So I've one on order, it's coming tomorrow, get that fitted. So obviously we didn't want to go into Dublin if we can't lock the car. So we called it a day and just came home. I'll see you at 2 a.m. tonight. Yeah, she's be about 2 a.m. by the time the bus gets into Donegal tonight. The dirty weekend. The dirty weekends are a thing of the past now, Brian. Any plans to make a video on that railway that was on Model Rail Quest yesterday? Yes, I would love to do that. It's at the other end of the country for me, Listowel, although I do have relations there. And as I said on Quest last night, where my grandmother used to live, it actually ran through her front garden. Or was it might have been across the road, but actually, because it was just a railway that ran between Listowel and Ballybunion. Quite an unusual one. I would love to go and visit. Maybe if you want to come over and visit it, Simon, we could meet up there. Be a plan for over the summer, maybe. Mark, your break on the other channel, should that be OnlyFans? I'll tell my missus you said that. Right, I tell you what. Let's put it down to 4 screens. I'll be looking at my ugly mug all evening. So don't forget to hit the like for me and subscribe if you're new here. You got any questions, pop them in the chat. Oh, there's Flymo putting up the old Donegal Dad Facebook group. Dion Moore, good evening, gentlemen, from Bracknell, Berkshire. Good evening. Oh, Jerry BVR's in as well. Hi, Jerry. How you doing? Definitely plan. How far are you from Mullingar? I am about 3-hour drive from Mullingar, easily, if not 3.5. Yeah, Bogey Joe, it was Model Railway Quest. It's another YouTube channel. She does a live on Wednesday evening, so I happen to be on there tonight. And she showed up a picture. I didn't see it the first time she showed it. The second time I was on and I seen it and I thought, oh, I know where that is. So I've been there, but I've never been there when it's been open. Oh, Andrew's off to Torquay in June. Anthony Dodge is in the house. Good evening, Anthony. How are you doing? So, what's on the agenda for tonight? Not a lot, really. You might see it's looking a bit tidier because I've been busy trying to sort out locals and everything, because next weekend I'm at the show in Bangor. So anybody who's local, and that's Bangor, Northern Ireland, not Bangor, Wales. I'm taking 5 layouts up there. I'm taking my 6x4 layout, the layout I built for Modular's Corner, the winter layout. I've got a 4x4 that a guy called Ian's going to use because he's got a Thomas collection that he's going to run on that with his son. And also the Inver layout, which I must actually make a proper video on that Inver layout this weekend when it's up. Oh, Brian is doing a Q&A on Saturday if people want to add their questions on his community tab. So there you are. Go over to Finnerton, to Brian's channel, put your questions. Which reminds me, I won't be live next Thursday. I have to take my mum up to Belfast. So unfortunately, I won't be able to do a live. But if any of you guys out there want to sort of cover this slot, let me know. And I'll promote you on my socials and that to say that you're going to be live instead of me. So if any of you guys want to do next Thursday. Yeah, Brian, can you give me the numbers for the Euromillion Stroll Friday night? Yeah, we'd all love those. Lots of DCC questions for Brian. Yeah, he's the man for DCC. Oh, there's the link for the Donegal Dad membership. Yep, if you'd like to become a member, you're very welcome to. As I say, any money that this channel generates, I use it for the Donegal Railway Museum for maintaining the layouts there. It doesn't get spent on my own layout. It's all for use for the layouts, buying numerous bits, which I'm actually, now it's getting a bit warmer, I can get back in there and do some more work on the layouts. Because during the winter, the ideal time to do it, it is freezing because it's an old stone station house and you're just there shivering, trying to do anything. Helps when you're doing static grass because you you don't need to shake it, you're already shaking. Oh, chat just jumped there on me a minute. Oh, your mother lives in Mullingar. Busy weekend with the railway tomorrow. Final extension taking us to. Oh, so you're tearing on with your railway then, Dion. And there's a link to the train set shop. That's Brian there, who's behind that, and his mate. So everything comes service. Some good deals on there, which I must actually put some juice in that now. Start off with the usual can of Dr. Pepper. What's the size of your layout? Well, this one I'm building at the moment is 7 foot that way, 12 foot that way. It's a modular layout. It's 4 foot by 2.5 foot, 3 sections here, 3 sections up behind me, and then joined either end by a 2 foot by 2.5 foot module. I know I said last week I was thinking of just ripping all this up and starting again, but I've had to think a way I'm going to make it more sturdy, because obviously, as you know, I'm going to put another level on it here that's going to run the 009. So as I build that around, I can actually put in some shoring pieces to make all this more stable and help it keep alignment. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm hoping to start building that over the next couple of weeks. Obviously, next weekend I'm away. It'll probably be the weekend after I get it. And because I was away last weekend, there's no video out this week, I'm afraid, guys. Just didn't have time to do anything. I got some stuff coming that I was going to do a video on, but it hasn't arrived yet. So there'll be a video out next week. And I'll probably do a couple of short lives over the weekend while I'm at the show, depending on what sort of signal I have. But I'll be there setting up on the Friday evening. I might try and do a quick live before Anthony goes live at 8 o'clock. I don't think there's anyone else on before Anthony is there that I'll be cutting across. It'll just be a quick live, just showing what's there and the setup. And then I might do one Saturday and Sunday as well, just for half an hour or so. So subscribe if you're new here. Elizabeth's in, Turco Double O Railways. Good evening, Elizabeth. How are you doing? Maybe a bit early, just been following the channel for a few weeks. Do you plan to add? Yeah, there's going to be scenery on this. Might be a river section here somewhere, hills and that. Station behind me, TMD over here. That's what I'm going to be doing. At the moment, it's a stage now where the track's down. I had to redo some of the track around here because I wasn't happy with it. So I've cut the rails and over here, so that's sort of lined up and working okay. Need to redo this side here, and then we should be good to go for scenery once I do the middle section, and then I can hammer on with the scenery. Oh, there's Brian's numbers for the lottery. Let's see, anybody else popped in? Last week's 250 million prize would build one heck of a layout. It certainly would. All right, I'm just going to swap my mic out because it's just going red. So bear with me a second, guys. It's all going to go quiet. All right, should be back with you again. I always like to run everything down low to recharge it. Sponsored by Dr. Pepper, yeah. Yeah, don't forget to like the stream for me, guys. I thought we were getting on well there until you mentioned the doctor. Donegal, is the shortbread included with the cup? No, I don't have any shortbread at the moment. It's one of those things, it's shortbread, that you seem to get at Christmas around here. I do like shortbread. Hermitage Road, Pete, good evening. How you doing, sir? Hope you're keeping well. Oh boy, just an ice cold, refreshing. Oh, nice. Coke Zero. No, to me, Coke Zero now is just like colored water. Bogey Joe, get yourself a proper drink of Coke Zero. I've just seen that. Thank you for that, Bogey Joe. Thanks very much. There's nothing wrong with Dr. Pepper. In fact, Diet Dr. Pepper is one of the diet drinks I do like. I think it tastes not too bad. Elizabeth, I got me new Gauge Master 4 controller set up tonight. That means I can run trains ×4, yeah. They are really good, the Gauge Master controllers, whether it's DC or DCC. Really, really good. It's what I use. Yeah, I'm just really, really good. Well, that's the weekend's episode delayed, and for once, it ain't Rob's fault. Oh, what did you do, Grace? Yeah, it sounds wrong. Yeah. I keep saying it's going to take me 18 months to build it. I think I've been saying that now for 18 months. But once I get the track, and like I've made mistakes while building this, and I've been learning it because I never really built a proper module layout before, and I think I went too big for my first attempt. And it's been a learning curve now with making the modules, and I've made some mistakes and everything, but I'm figuring out how to fix them and do a better job, which hopefully I will. And I think with having the center section and using that with a couple of securing bolts and that sort of thing, just to keep everything aligned a bit better. Because obviously the bottom layer where the fiddle yard is underneath, that's all aligned with dowels and things like that. But where I've built this with elevated sections and things like that, like these sections here are solid boards. They can be aligned with dowels, no problem. But it's these sections here that I made mistakes with, and I had to secure them up more. So I'm going to tidy it up, make it a bit more secure. Oh, one question for you guys out there. Oh, no, still got 4 cameras. Do you guys know anywhere where I can get a little jig for the correct height for couplings? I know you can get a KD one, but I'm wondering, does somebody do a little plastic jig that you can sit on the track to line up where the couplings should be? Because I'm using Hunt couplings, and a couple of my bits of rolling stock, I'm going to have to glue them into place, but I want to get them at the right height. Now I can do it using another wagon and everything like that, but what I'm looking is a little jig that I can put the coupling on, so it'll hold it in place where the glue dries. So if you know anybody who does anything like that, or anybody who 3D prints one, let me know. Grace might have allegedly broke something, but there is video evidence. Not another ashtray. Oh dear. Was it Grace who set something on fire one time? I've seen that. They're not lottery numbers. Those are DCC commands. Rob, there's an ointment for that. Ooh. She's broke the bleed muscle with that. Oh dear. Canna of Vocation IPA here. Ooh. Hang on, I need a drink. Actually, I hope the sound is actually working. It says it is. I put that down to the end. Oh, Pete's on Thatcher's Gold Cider. That's something I used to drink cider when I was younger. Did I just? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Hi, Matthew. How you doing? Will and I. Sorry, I just was hit that so it showed. Sorry. Hi, Matthew. How are you doing? Yeah, I was saying I can't drink cider anymore. I used to drink it when I was a teenager when I was living in Bristol, but if you live in the West Country, that's, it's the law. You have to drink cider. When you could go and get the big 3-liter bottles of, was it White Lightning or Blue Lightning or something like that? Real gut rot stuff, you can get for a couple of quid. A specific question of what is the height between the fiddle yard and the upper lines? About that. I think, from memory, I think it's 7 inches, because I wanted it to have high enough so I could get my hand in underneath, not just the minimum I needed, because minimum you need about 4 inches. But a good 7 inches is what you need. I can hear Grace's mind churning at that comment. Yeah. Brian says, Elizabeth, you have to video 4 locos on the track. Oh, Raymond Legs is in it. Good evening, Raymond. And Bogey Joe is hoping to recreate Belfast Central with a loop running below, but it wasn't sure of the height. Well, if you're doing 00, I think the minimum height you need is about 4 inches, as I said. But it depends what stock you're running. Raymond Lakes, tornado weather. Ooh. Which Grace is now hashtag Calamity Jane. Turn down with steak, chips, and pumpkin and other garden veg. Nice meal for me and my hubby. I could set up a new power box and run trains. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Burn, baby, burn. Oh, there we are. There's Matthew's comment. Jig on Colts 3D. Right. I'll try and remember that. If you know the dimensions of the jig you need, well, the NEM recommended height is 8.5 mil above the rail. So what I'd need is something like an NME pocket that's 8.5 mil above the rail that I can put a hunt coupling in and put one on the other side, put it up to the loco, and a spotter glue to hold it in place. I don't know whether this is going to work or not, but I got a couple of locos here that they don't have NEM pockets, so it's going to have to be glued. Can't post a link, it's not a mod. Well, Clive, let's change that. There you go. You're now a mod, Clive. Dwayne, Superior Junction Railway in Enscale. Good day from Winnipeg, Canada. How are you doing, sir? Hope you're keeping well. How's your weather in Canada? And Hermitage Road, Pete, just finished filming a new video, but won't be up until next week. 2-liter White Lightning bus shelter juice. Yes, I'm cracking on the railway. It was 5mm height. It's now 1 as I can. It's an amateur. New rolling stock arrived from the big toy auction house. Very happy with them. Hey, we all learn. There's a lot of places in this where this is more than 5 mil. I can guarantee you that. I'm not doing too bad, Matthew. Will you be at the Bangor show next weekend? Andy's feeling 1,999. I'm not feeling too grand. I need new lighting. Can't find things in the garage. The layout is in darkness. Get some LED strips. Is that Grace's comment? 7 inches is perfect. Mark, how do you get from the fiddle yard to the main line? Is the fiddle yard on the main? Right, the fiddle yard is below. So over here is the start of the incline. So from this board here, it goes off. The incline starts here, so it's going up underneath. Coming around here, and you can see here, this lower level where it's starting to come up. And it comes under these tracks. And then it joins the main line here over where the station's going to be. I've watched quite a few of your videos now. I think that your name wearing a layout mine fish plates, still the ugly wires on top of the boards. They are neatly underneath. Yeah. If you solder the wires underneath the rails, drop them down. I mean, even if you side them, because I've done a few of these on the side out of pure laziness, but they can be easily hidden with a bit of ballast and a little bit of paint. It's finally spring, a little bit of snow left. Well, we actually have sunshine and blue skies here, which you can see out the window. And it's nice, obviously our clocks changed last weekend. How did everybody get on with losing that hour? You can see now it's bright here outside. But yeah, it's nice now. It's nice and warm. As we say in Ireland here, it was a lovely warm car day. The amount of times with the kids, you'd go out with a picnic and you wouldn't get out of the car because it'd either be raining or too damn cold, and you'd have your picnic in the car and then turn around and come home. Yeah, currently 3D printing the Enterprise and a bit chunkier compared to the typical Mark IV. All right, okay. Need to sort out lights in my room too. If I remember, Brian, I'll send a link to, because you know, the previous house I had, the lights I put up, it's a UK supplier of those. I'll send you a link to them because they were quite nice lights that you could just sort of daisy chain together. And they worked really well. We actually got them for the museum as well. And they're not too expensive and they work really, really well. So I'll send you that link after, if I can find the link. Saturday night, when Grace comes on the screen, you want to see loads of hashtag Calamity Jane from everyone. And I'm getting blinder by the day. I see there's light and up some channel guys are using. Yeah, well, you've only started a couple of months, Dion. Like, it's all learning. And come on here. We're a friendly bunch. If you've got any questions, no matter how stupid you think the question is or you're worried about it, just ask it. You know, the only stupid question is the one you didn't ask. And then it ends up costing you a load of money. And I have that link to the Google Doc where you can just post it in there. Or just post a question on any of my videos. I will probably see it. And actually, what I must actually do is put a community post up. So I started doing this last year where I would put it up and people would ask a question on something and then I'd try and do a video on it to show people how to do it. Which also is something I can do in my live streams. If you're stuck on something, I can try and show you how to do it on the live. There we are. I'm just going to click that link so it's open so I can look. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Thank you for that, Clive. What's the name of your, well, it's Donegal Dad. If you look up Donegal Dad on Facebook, you'll find me. I should be at the Bangor show next week. Are you bringing? Yeah, I'm bringing 5, Matthew. The same ones you've seen in Derry. You were at Derry, weren't you? I'm bringing them up, so you'll see them. What's the best way of cutting track? I use a Dremel with a big disc on it. Better still, if you can get the Dremel that's got the flexible line on it, it allows you to get a straighter cut on it. The other way is to get yourself some, well, these Xeron track cutters. Here, those ones there. You got to make sure you use them the right way around to get a good cut. Don't use them to cut anything else. You think, oh, they'll cut track, they'll cut everything else. I got a pair of these, thought, oh, they'll be grand for cut cable. No. Ended up destroying them and had to buy another pair. Mark, have you visited me at Korea? Please hello to me whenever. I probably have. But I've got a habit of watching everybody's videos and things on the TV, which then I can't comment on. I can give it a like, but so long as it's the outside of the track. First days I thought yeah, I'm still not right. But I have this thing where I will wake up at about 4 or 5 in the morning and then I can't get back to sleep. And then I fall asleep just before the alarm goes off. I wake up feeling like absolute. You know, when you can have a little lie-in weekends, no. Wide awake, 7 o'clock in the morning, no. Well, that's ruined the weather now. Mark's just jinxed us all. Yeah, as Flymo says there, small files. I find with the Zero cutters, they give a fairly clean cut. You don't always need to file it, but even using the Dremel, sometimes you have to file it. Just a small file. You find every so often that Aldi do those packs of sort of modelers files. Well, I think when I got mine, it was about 6 or 7 quid for a load of files. Only ever actually used one. But if you ever get to like a bigger show, you'll find there'll be some suppliers there that sell those sort of things, or even your model shop will probably have them. Cumbernauld is a balmy 10 degrees. Ooh. Searing 12 degrees. It was up at about 18 degrees today here in Donegal. Like in the sunshine, if you stepped into the shade, it was a bit nippy, but it was lovely in the sunshine. I found an old Lima train track expansion pack for not much money. Also had a second pack with it unboxed. Oh, very nice. Well, there's a link to the Google Docs. We hit 22 degrees today. Beautiful day. Well, that's Kerry for you. R.I.P. Val Kilmer. Yeah, it was sad that he passed away. I remember watching him in Top Gun. I don't know what a tracker mortgage is. Explain. Well, there's the link to the Facebook page. Yeah, head over to that and give it a like. And Summer Breeze Motor Railway, John and Holly got another diesel shunder coming in the next few days. A good bargain from eBay. I like it when you get a good bargain from eBay. They're very hard to get hold of bargains on eBay, though. Everything I look at, I think that's. If you're using eBay, you really have to know the price of things, because quite often you're looking at stuff and going, if I paid an extra couple of quid, I could buy that brand new. And sometimes they go over for what are these coaches? Secondhand. One of the Hornby coaches with the lights on them. I seen that on eBay. Somebody was trying to flog it for 100 quid. I picked these up, boxed and everything, practically brand new, for 30 quid at shows. TV watcher, yeah. Oh, finish Central's Facebook page, yeah. Go over and join that as well. I got this for TrainWorld dates. Yeah. Let me know, Matthew. Send me, because I'd love to get up there. Well, one, go for a train ride, and then actually do a video on it. That happens to me too, Mark. I find it stress. The thing is, I'm not really stressed about anything, but it's just 4 or 5 o'clock, wake up. I think it's because I go to bed too early. About 10 o'clock, I'm useless. I really need to go to bed. I'm knackered. But I find if I can stay up and go to bed after midnight, about 12:30, then I sleep through to the morning. But trying to stay awake to midnight is just. Nido files, yeah, that's what you need for your trek. Howard Pomfret, good evening, Howard. How are you doing, sir? Stress is a killer, yeah. I don't think I'm too stressed at the moment. My biggest stress relief is actually doing this Thursday evening live stream, because I just love doing this stream, chatting to you guys, going through the chat, running a few trains, because it's an hour and a half I get. Chat to like-minded people, chew the cud, have the crack, as we say in Ireland, and run trains. And nobody comes in that door over there because they know there's a camera pointing at it. And I don't get disturbed. The weather is already bad. It's not here. It's lovely here. I've worn out 3 packs of Needofile. How much file are you doing, Fimo? Love a good heat wave. Stress is the confusion created when one's mind overrides the body's desire to beat the crap out of some idiot who desperately needs it. Oh, we all have those times. It's like you meet some people and you go, how do you remember to breathe? eBay embedding is putting me, I pay too much. Yeah. Have I tried the Amazon site? No, I actually haven't looked at it, Jerry. Yeah, Val Kilmer was a good Batman, yeah. Stephen Trey Markland, good evening. How you doing? Amazon.ie seems pricey to me. Everything like that is pricey in Ireland. That's the luxury of living here where I do in Donegal, where Northern Ireland is that way, about 8 miles. As the crow flies, a bit longer by road. But saying that, some things in the north are ridiculous. Like I do shopping, like grocery shopping, both sides of the border. What's going on with olive oil in the UK? Why has that got so expensive? Like it's up 8, 9 quid for a bottle in Asda, where I can get it in Lidl here for about €4. I mean, that's a hell of a difference. Yeah, I must admit, I don't buy much off Amazon unless there's a bargain or something pops up that I get told about. But most places I would buy, I try to get everything through my local model shop. Failing that, if there's some Baileys involved and I'm on eBay late at night, then, you know, I find out in a few days what I ordered. Or when I check my emails in the morning. But yeah, I try and get most things from my local model shop. If not, I've used Kerno and Rails of Sheffield. They're quite good. Clive, I don't go to bed till at least 1:30. Really? Oh, and it's already 10 o'clock where Elizabeth is. I thought we were in the same time zone, because you're in South Africa, aren't you? Jim Carrey. Yeah, he was a good Riddler, yeah. I don't understand when the shipping costs so much more than the item. I won't buy it. A box of Hiko U-Track should not be 70 quid shipping, even if it's coming from Germany. Yeah, it is ridiculous, some of the shipping. Like, you look at the cost of, you know, shipping something within Europe, and you're like, how is it that much? Mind you, saying that, I've posted a few parcels out to people using the Royal Mail in the north, and you turn up there and go, how much? Actually, there's no cameras pointing at the door. Well, this camera here, that one there, the door is just above it. So if they can't actually come in through the door, it'll catch them. I once saw headphones for $20 with 120 shipping. Yeah. I used to do copperwork and future jewelry. Ah, right. That explains it, Flymo. Cough mark. Why do I need to cough? No, I realize you're a bit earlier tonight. 2:30 a.m. Look for olive oil and lid on Aldi, and the cheapest was $7.95. Oh, has it gone up now? The last time I bought olive oil, it was about $4.50, I think it was. It's only 9 a.m. for first. I'm strictly 10:30 p.m. weekdays. Sam's Trains April the 1st video was hilarious. I actually didn't see Sam's Trains, which is unusual. It didn't pop up for me. I wonder if I've been unsubscribed from Sam's Trains. Oh, Leslie's back. He's setting up the EV with charger, etc. for the first time. It has been so dramatic. Apparently due to a late dry season in Greece and other olive growing places, apparently. All right. Oh, excuse me. Not working until Monday, probably go to bed about 1 a.m. I was up about 6 straight. What you should hear. April Fool's is a joke. Let's go 41. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Don't forget to hit that like button for me and subscribe if you're new here. Any questions, pop them in the chat. Answers my question. I'm going to purchase a Dremel, very handy tool for cutting track. Alan Newman, good evening. How do I clean my track work? I've got various track rubbers. So this is, let's put it over here by this, no, use this camera. So I've got the traditional Pico camera here, or Pico rubber here. This is a little bit harder. If I can see the track is really dirty and there's like some crusty dirt on it, then I'll use that to get it off. That's the original Gauge Master. I don't tend to use that as much anymore. That's a bit softer than the Pico one. But this one here is the one I use now. It's the Gauge Master one, the pink colored one. I think it's aluminium oxide. That cleans the track really well. This other Gauge Master one, it tends to leave a lot of bits behind. I do have a wagon, like the CMX wagon, heavy wagon. You put fluid in, it's got a pad underneath. Send that around. I also have the DELPH track cleaning one. Don't really recommend that cleaner. I purely just use it for the vacuum on it. Send that around to vacuum up all the bits and pieces. So that's, and then what I do after I've cleaned my track is I get some electrical contact cleaner. You can get a spray can of that from your local motor supplier, like Halfords if you're in the UK. It's about, I think the last time I got it was a £5 a can. Just spray some of that onto a cloth and wipe it over the track. And that helps keep the track cleaner for a longer period of time. And also, when you're cleaned your track, you also need to clean your locos and your rolling stock as well, because if you don't keep them clean, they're just going to put dirt back on the track. In fact, a couple of months ago, I was cleaning one of my locos and the wheels were that dirty on it and so much crud on it, I thought it had traction tires, but it was just dirt. How the thing was still running, I don't know. But well, let me just go back a moment. The cleaner track, where are we? I think it's the wine talking. Cheers, just past 1 o'clock. Well, cheers, Elizabeth. I'll stick to my Dr. Pepper, because if I was drinking wine in here, I'd be on the floor pretty quick. Not a big drinker. I didn't even have a drink on St. Patrick's Day. I have a couple of olive trees in County Antrim and get a very small crop from them. It must be very few olives you get in Antrim. Even though it's a yearly, but the week with Modular Scotland on in 2026, I got that week booked off. Hey, I'm going to try and get to it next year. It's a show I've always wanted to go to, and I've never managed it. Ryan Hall is live, so there must be stormy weather in the States. Yeah, seen the track rubbers, but don't they leave dust and crud, which gets in your... Yeah, as I said, the original Gaze Master one is quite a soft one, and that does leave a lot of crud behind, but the other two don't. And as I'll say, is that I use a little vacuum thing to send around. Why is it that when I see the reviews of a moderately budget action thriller, people seem to just trash it? But when I watch the movie, it's actually all right, actually pretty good. I've actually given up on listening to people's reviews because everyone's opinion is different. Everybody likes different things. I just watch a movie. There's been very few movies I haven't actually watched to the end. There's some of them I've suffered through to the end. I think I'm going to watch this to the end and hope it gets good. But majority of the time, just watch them. Halfers, contact cleaners, good stuff. Yeah, it is. I'll be able to book that far in advance. And cheap. Yeah, as I say, it's a £5 for a big spray can, which is going to last you years. Yeah, IPA. Yeah, I use that because that's what I use in the little heavy track cleaner. Fill that up with IPA. Always remember to use 99.5% IPA because then it evaporates off and it doesn't leave any residue on it. If you use like the 70%, well, sort of 30% of that is water, so you're leaving water in your track, which makes it oxidize again quicker. So if you use the IPA, it cleans it and evaporates. That's why you have a small brush or a tiny vacuum just up crumbles. Yeah, either if you've got a vacuum that you can turn down the suction on it, use one of them. Makeup brushes are great because they've got very soft bristles in a lot of them. I've got 4 daughters, so I have plenty of makeup brushes. Oh, Valerie's in the house. Hi, Valerie. How you doing? Are you feeling better this week? I want a CMX wagon. Look at the Charge wagon. Is it Charge? If you look back on my videos, I've done a video on it. It's the same as the CMX, but it's made in the UK. Charlie's probably got loads of people wants to go to that. Yeah, he's done a great interview, but Charlie is very good on camera. He's got a great way with them, and even when you meet him, he's such an endearing person. King is early, but looking for a week up in Scotland. Hopefully less rain, as in February they have storms. Yes, as Leslie says there, the Shards does the same thing. McCarver Studios, good evening. How you doing? A thumbs up, guys. Yeah, don't forget that thumbs up for me. Oh, Anthony's off. Take care, Anthony. Kyan is demanding his attention. Oh, you're in the hospital today, are you, Valerie? Well, I hope you're feeling better. I hope we see you at Bangor next weekend. All right, I didn't actually check. Is everything still going around on the lower level? Yeah, 37 is going around, 25. Anybody who's new here, this is Class 57, Class 37 in grey, red stripe, Irish Rail Class 121. and going down on the lower level is a blue, British Rail Blue Class 25, and EWS Class 37. Still haven't fixed the problem on the outer loop with that switch not working properly. Well, the switch is working, or the point is working, but it's not changing the priority on that because it's electrofrog, so I can't use that line because if it goes over, it shorts. So that's probably not going to be fixed for a while until I actually move the layout, because at one point, I haven't told my missus this yet, but I'm going to have to take this and move it out into the middle of the floor so I can get all the way around it. That's not going to be over the summer because you can't see, but over here is a desk that my son is using for study for his Leaving Cert exams in June. So yeah, this Thursday night is the only night he's not in here, which is another reason why I'm not getting a lot of work done on it, because he's in here every evening studying. So I'd rather him study. I can work on the layout over the summer. Because, you know, it's important he studies, gets a good job, so he can look after me in my old age. Yeah, it's got to that time of night where the chat just freezes. Hang on, let me go back into it again. Make sure I'm. Where did I get to? Newman, what do you use to clean your coach wagon wheels? That must become extremely monotonous after a while. Yeah. I just go over them with IPA and a cotton bud. I've got a little aluminium pen. That's aluminium fibers pen for getting stubborn dirt off. That's all I do. It's just a case of put something on YouTube and just go through them one by one. So I try and do a rake at a time if I can. In fact, I'm hoping to do a video on sort of rolling stock maintenance over the next couple of weeks. I got Charge Cleaner. It's very good, but do remember to close it. Yeah, after the use. And it does take a while to set up to get the height and the tension, everything ready for your particular layout. Because it took me a while to get it, because when it goes over the points and everything, to get it right. But once you've it set up, it's set up. Yeah, it has quite a weight in it, Flamer. If you have a charge, have a beefy loco pulling it around. Well, usually I get the loco pushing it around. So as residue, it helps clean the wheels on the loco as well. I don't know if you go to Bangor. Well, hopefully you fill up to it and you can just pop in for a visit, Valerie. But, you know, look after yourself. If you're not feeling up to it, you'll be able to watch my video on it the following week. As I was saying earlier, I'm hoping to do depending on signal and that, if I could do a couple of lives from there. An old toothbrush or even a brass suede brush, yeah. March West Junction, TMD. Andy, good evening. How you doing? Joshua said he hadn't been in the chat much. He's had a coding exam yesterday, which went okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, do a rake or a consist at a time. So, which is what I've been doing over the last sort of year. Is my layout's been very higgledy-piggledy, and my layout isn't any particular era. It's not even any particular country because I've got Irish stuff on here and UK stuff. I just run what I like, and of course I go to a show or go into a shop and go, oh, I like that, and buy it. I've started now making rakes. I got a rake of hoppers here, I've got a rake of CDA hoppers. I've got some car transporter stuff. And I've been building it up. Most of these coaches here, the reason why I've got such a higgledy different makes of coaches, Hornby, Lima, Yosef ones, plastic wheels, metal wheels going around here, is to test all the track and find out where all the bumps and lumps are. So that's why it's so much. And a lot of these coaches that you see going around, I actually bought them secondhand for, like, if I seen them for a 10 or whatever. The plan is to spray them up into Irish Rail colours. But, you know, that's one of those projects that we have that, you know, we might get around to after 10 years or something. I hope the rolling stock maintenance doesn't keep on rolling into a YouTube series. Oh. Donegal Railway. Who's logged in as Donegal? Is that you? Who's logged in as Donegal Railway? Is that Marty or is that Niall? It's Marty. That is our new manager at the museum. He must be really bored if he's logging into my live stream. Oh my God, each wheel one by one. That sounds like torture, guys. It's not too bad because the rolling stock wheels don't tend to get as dirty as quickly as the locos, because the locos, obviously, they have electricity running them. So you have that electrostatic charge, particles get attracted to it and get stuck on the wheels. With the coaches, you don't have that so much, so they don't get too dirty. So it's not something you have to do. You might only have, depending how you're running, you might only have to do it once a year, whereas the locos could need cleaning every couple of months. Yeah, wheel cleaning is tedious but necessary. Oh, it's Marty. Hi, Marty. How you doing? You must be bored if you're tuning in here. Yeah, so Marty is the new manager. He's been now in place now, must be a month at least, if not longer. He's got some new ideas, taking the museum off in different directions now. As our last manager now moved on to another job. So we got a new guy in charge now. And there's the link to Donegal Railway Heritage Centre. We have a new book, came out a couple of weeks ago now, that's on there. And anybody who's going to Bangor, I will have some of them up with me. So if they want to buy it, it's on the Strabane station. I'm not going through this Dr. Pepper as quick tonight now. So any questions, pop them in the chat. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here. Life is also tedious but necessary. So that's a question for you. What's your most hated job on model railways? What is it you'd think, oh, I've got to do that? I know for me it was ballasting, because that was just very tedious. But you would have seen from my ballasting videos, I got that vacuum from Brexhill West. And that just, it means I could probably ballast this whole layout in an hour easily. I'm not bored. I'll be trying to get on here more and hoping to learn some more about modeling. Oh, I'll give you all the lessons you need, Marty. I'll come into the museum and show you. Now, sometimes I actually do my lives from the museum, which I might do one in a week or two, because it's bright enough now and a bit warmer, so I can get in to the wagons and do the maintenance on it and take you guys around them. I hate glazing. Right. Yeah, ballasting used to be the thing I hated, but I say with the new tool, it's so easy. After that is probably when you're laying the track and the tedium of doing the track with soldering the droppers. If you just took track and just banged it down, it wouldn't be so bad, but you're soldering on the droppers, especially when you're doing a modular layout, because you're thinking, right, where do I need to put the droppers? And you got a piece of flexi track and you got about 2 sets of droppers on it because it's either going to be cut either side. So doing that can be a bit tedious, especially when you're just constantly laying it down. And that was one of the mistakes I made building this. I was in such a hurry to get track down, to get trains running, that I made some mistakes, which I'm paying for it now. Now they need to be fixed. I just cannot do soldering. Practice. That's all that takes, Elizabeth. And getting a decent soldering iron. For ages, I was using the ones from Lidl. They were fine. But then fellow director Seamus got me, he had a soldering iron that he gave me, and he said, use this solder. And that was a complete game changer. It's just so much easier. So I've got a soldering iron now, variable heat, and it's a soldering iron that always keeps the tip constant. So it doesn't, when you put it on, soldering iron, some of them, when you put them down to solder something, they immediately go cold and you're waiting for it to heat up, but this one's a lot quicker at heating. Brian's currently soldering. A decent solder and decent flux is necessary. Does it still burn fingers? Yes, people love it when I'm doing soldering on my live stream because they know I'm going to burn my fingers. They're just waiting for it. I can't even show you the solder I'm using now because I've got stuff packed away to take away. But the solder I got it's got a flux core on it. And it was, again, Seamus recommended this stuff. And it just works so well. I would have to agree with you there, Clive. Dump the lead-free solder and use 6040 because that's what I'm using now with the flux core. Yeah, I was using the lead-free stuff and it's not the same. So I'm a big Clive. Yeah, yeah. If you haven't, big Clive, very interesting videos he does. Not model railways, just electronics and taking stuff apart and everything. He's very, very good. Yeah, variable temperature. See, that's what I got now. Variable temperature solder iron, proper solder, and it makes so much of a difference. For some reason, the 25, when it goes over the double slip, it sounds really, really rough. All right, it's starting to get a bit darker now. Actually, looking at the, it's a lot darker outside than it looks on the camera. Let me just make that screen a bit bigger for a second so you can just see outside. Is the sun actually set yet? Later on in the summer, as the sun comes around, it actually sets outside that window. So some of the live streams, you'll be able to watch the sunset. At the moment, it's setting over there, but as we get through the summer, it's more over there. Somebody actually put a comment on one of my videos asking if I lived in a church. And no, it's just a very big sort of window that they put in this when they built the house. It's lovely window because it looks out on a lovely scene down there. But anyway, back to the chat. I tried even adding flux. See, it depends what flux you're using as well, because there's different types of flux. And it once you get the right soldering iron and the right solder, you'll be away. 42 in and chat and 31 likes. Yeah, hit that like button for me, please. There's some soldering tips in my foam extractor vid. There you go. Go and check that video out there from Clive, Elizabeth. This is 25 gauging out, Mark. No, it's only on the double slip. But I've always found that some stuff going over double slips are very, very noisy. It sounds like something's derailed. 37 still going around. There's 25. Oh, 25 is about to go over the double slip. Where are we? Cheap solder that comes with the iron just burns up. Yeah. The soldering track, get the iron really hot and get it into the joint quickly. That prevents heat transferring and melting the sleepers. Yeah. Newland Railway. I'm not so big, Clive. Scott Priest, good evening. Welcome to the stream. I'm new to the hobby. Managed to dig out my old HST from around 1992. It still runs, though can do with a bit of TLC. I'm trying not to get overwhelmed. If you got any questions, Scott, or you're stuck on anything, pop them in the chat here. We'll do our best to answer them. Like I've got a couple of old HSTs in the cabinets there, which are probably actually before 92, thinking about it. Nice red sky tonight, Shepherd's Delight. Well, I'm off to a candlelight bubble bath night, so I'll take care. Okay, Elizabeth, enjoy your bath. Pitch black here in North Yorkshire. Yeah, I suppose you're time-wise. During the summer here, it hardly gets dark here in Donegal. It might be dark for about an hour or two at the height of the summer, and then especially if you have a clear night. Right. That's all right, Scott. I say, if you're stuck at anything, come here, ask a question. We can answer it. Well, hopefully we can answer it, help you out. We're a friendly bunch. And if you want any good second-hand trains, check out Train Set Shop. So I'm sure somebody will put the link in the chat. But Brian at Finstone, who's on here, he's the guy who runs it. Decent second-hand stuff. I've got a few bits and pieces off him. Reasonable priced. Oh, Raymond's asking, is it a Lima HST or a Hornby? Hornby, ring-filled motor, yeah. Yeah, same here. Hardly dark in the summer, yeah. There's the link there to the train set shop. I'm not on commission, but I should be at this rate, I think. I didn't even get a free mug. I had to pay for this as well. Advertising for him. But I don't mind. Brian does a great job. Yeah, ring-filled motor. You probably find the older Hornby and Lima stuff had what they called a three-pole for ring-filled motors. Most motors now are 5-pole, which makes them a bit more smoother and more reliable. And you can get conversion kits to change them out to what they used to use, CD motors, I think. But that's a whole different level of things to do. What time are we now? Oh, we're 22. I'll keep going for another 20 minutes or so to 9 o'clock. If anybody wants to do the slot next week, so I can't make Thursday next week. So if anybody wants to do a live stream next Thursday, let me know and I'll publish the link on my socials and that, so you're standing in. Oh, Joshua's dog's sleeping peacefully on the couch. Clive, you'll do next week's live, will you? All right. If you set it up, and I'll take the link off and I'll spread it around and let people know. So everyone head over, subscribe to Donegal Railway. That's Clive. He's going to do a live next week on Thursday, 7:30. Oh. It's certainly a bit warmer. I haven't got any heating on or anything tonight. Under the van live. It looks good shape, but could probably do with a cleanup and a lube up. The train doesn't, unless it's at least 50% power, and yes, I've seen the conversion. If you look back at some of my videos and do a search on them, you'll find videos on how to clean your locos and oil them and stuff like that. And like I said, if you're stuck on anything, pop in here, ask questions. Join the Facebook group, and if you're stuck on something, you can send a picture by messenger on that, and I can have a look at it and see if I can help you out, or put it up on the Facebook group. We've topped up as wind was chilly, but off again. I will be if the Rams just fell. Norfolk Flatlands. Oh dear. Well, see, there's Flymo. Put a link up to my channel, so subscribe if you're new here, guys. Hit the like button. It all helps. Oh, everything seems to have kept running tonight. Now, I did have a problem with the last carriage on here. Every so often it would derail, but it hasn't. It's kept going now for a good hour and hasn't derailed. And now that's one of the coaches with the plastic wheels on it. So they do, because of the flanges are a bit thicker and stuff like that, they do tend to derail a bit easier. No problem, Scott. Glad to help. Ooh. That's the last drop of Dr. Pepper. Not sponsored by Dr. Pepper either. Are you okay under there, Clive? I think I got a nosebleed. I don't know how much in the way of spares Brian carries the train. I don't think it's too many spares, but is Brian still in the chat or has he gone off? Has anyone had any experience with the Lux motor wheel cleaner unit? No. Is that the one Charlie fitted? The automated one that goes in and cleans? Or is it similar? Oh dear. Yeah, so I've got some more hunt couplings coming for my rakes of hoppers, because I don't know, can you see it from there? Because one of the problems with rakes like that is you get all this movement here, which can cause derailments and that, especially on here where there's some slopes. So if you've got a slow train going, it can bunch up, cause buffer lock and derail. Also, it makes it easier if you want to reverse the rake as well. Yeah, that's the one Charlie has. Yeah, he done a video on it, I think. Dino, Model Railway Sheet. Dino, how you doing? How's that new car of yours? Oh, RG Train's making a drink. Right, everything's still running. I think after this, I'll go make myself a cheese toasty, I think. For Hunt Couplings, West Hill Wagon Works. Yep, that's where I got them from. I should be getting them tomorrow. If you're not sure about Hunt Couplings, they do a sort of variety pack of different sizes and that, so you can test them and see which ones you need. Because they do make different types and different sizes. Oh, Alan's off. Okay, take care, Alan. Thanks for coming along. Brilliant. Thanks, Mark. Oh, so it's going well? Good. There's nothing like, I know you said you were getting your dream car. I did get my dream car once. Unfortunately, it died a death. No, you know, after a few years, it just became too expensive to fix. And I'd love to get another one, but maybe sometime. We just got a lot of stick for it because it was a BMW 5 Series and it was the 520, so it was a diesel, and it was the M Sport one, so it was a really nice interior on it. Obviously, well secondhand, so I could afford it. But all I got was, oh, no need to use indicators anymore. Cheese Toasty would like to have one in the future. Enjoy them. Yeah, I forgot some ham, cheese and ham toasty. Maybe there's a bit. Oh, I think we've got spring onion. Yeah, cheese, ham toasty, bit of spring onion. Or maybe a cheese and ham omelette instead. Ooh. Austin Allegro, now everyone's cup of tea. 2000 megabyte CPU usage. What are you doing, Raymond? Fine. Been to the dentist this week. Oh. Was it just a checkup, or did you get work done? Oh, Howard's off. Okay, take care. Yeah, I'll be heading off now in about 10 minutes. No, I don't have brown sauce or Worcester sauce. I'm one of those people who don't really like sauce. Mayonnaise is probably the extent of it, or garlic mayo, but don't like tomato, don't like brown, don't even have salt and vinegar on my chips. Loaded onion rings. Oh. Just a checkup, Mark. Checking the dentures fit. No. Oh, okay. Oh, Brian's still there in the background. So don't forget, Brian's doing a Q&A for his live on Saturday. So head over to his community tab and pop a question in there. Mayo, do you get it from County Mayo? What's next? You'll be telling us you don't like the black stuff you call stout. Oh, no, definitely not, Clive. Ian Donaldson, layer looking great, Mark, some size. Thank you, Ian. It's 12 foot by 7 foot. Still a lot of work to do on it. As I said earlier, I keep telling everyone it'll be 18 months before it's finished, and I've been saying that for about 18 months already. Sorry, I'm quiet, but still listening. Oh, yeah, you said you were doing some soldering, weren't you? You burnt your fingers yet, Brian? Yeah, Hard says, hit the like button, everybody. It all helps. As YouTube likes the interactions. So whenever you hit the like or you comment, or even hit the unlike, it's all an interaction. And because it's not always about subscribers, it's about interactions. And it seems to be a stat with YouTube that 75% of the people that watch you aren't subscribed. Because you can see in the stats that 75% of your reoccurring viewers are not subscribed. And I'm as guilty of doing that because there's a lot of people I watch who I'm not subscribed to, but because I've watched them, when their next video comes along, it comes up and I watch it, but I'm not subscribed to them. I must say, it's not model railway channels. All the model railway channels I am subscribed to, but it tends to be other stuff I watch on YouTube. Oh, I haven't burnt your fingers yet. There's the link. Waffle time, 8 p.m. Oh, Aaronville's in. Hi, Aaron. How you doing? Let's see, my daughter's plane should be in by now. Yeah, everything's still running. I got my, currently it's, because I got the DCC Concepts alpha meter, it's currently 12.82 volts and 0.86 amps is pulling, and I'm running 5 locos and have a carriage sat on there with lights. And I think the power supply with this is, it's a 5 amp power supply that's with the Gauge Master. So it's one thing people are always asking, oh, how many locos can you run on a DC system? Well, these are relatively modern locos, but with all of them running, they're only pulling 0.8 of an amp, 0.85 of an amp. I'm subscribed to all channels, and YouTube hides some of them, so I have to delete some of the ones who have not made videos in years. Yeah. Well, Jennifer might have got off the plane and might be legging it to a bus, because there was a bus about 8:30, I think. So if the plane got in time, she might have been legging it to try and get that bus. So she might be on the bus, hopefully. If not, it'll be the next bus, which means I will have to be down to collect her at about 2 o'clock in the morning. No, it doesn't. It takes about 30 to 40 minutes. And I'd say because they're behind schedule, they were delayed by an hour, the pilot will have the boot down. I'm trying to make a video every 2 weeks. Well, I try and do a video every week, but at the same time, this is not a job. This is a hobby. YouTube is another hobby. If I don't get a video out, I don't put myself under any pressure. I used to. I think, I gotta get a video out, gotta get a video out. And then I find that you're rushing a video, you're making something up, quality wasn't great. Some people would say, well, all my videos, the quality isn't great, but yeah, so now, like this week, didn't have time to do a video because away at the weekend, son's in here studying in the evenings, can't get in to do anything, so I haven't done it. I'll be making up, I'll be doing extra lives next week. Again, I have to take my mum up to Belfast next Thursday. It's the only day she can go up. So I have to cancel my live stream. Actually, I prefer, that annoys me more, cancelling my live stream, but it's for my mum, so I'm not going to complain. Yeah, the old locos draw a lot of power. That's when you're using older locos, you need to have a decent DCC chip if you're going to convert them, because it could blow them quite easily. Oh, RG Strange is back. Oh, well, that's getting the boot down as you can in a plane. See, I used to be a pilot. I had my commercial license and everything, and I know what they can do. Especially Ryanair. Andy Puff Candy Dobson, good evening, Andy. How you doing, sir? I say nothing about pilots because the training you go through as a pilot and everything is second to none. And even though Ryanair and EasyJet are low-cost airlines, they have the same impeccable safety standards as any other airline. Or you rush to get a video out and spend 6 months putting it right. But as you do a video, sometimes you rush it and you put it out and you think, oh, it's a crap video, I just put it out. And some of them do really well for no reason. And you're like, how? And then something that you might have spent days and hours on and editing and everything, and it's just bombs. Cover Studio. I had to choose between videos or build kits. Easy choice for me. Oh dear, Ryanair. Ryanair's the only airline I've been on. But you get a fanfare when you arrive with them. Only if you arrive on time. They're very quiet when they don't arrive on time. Did you see the flight from Edinburgh to Belfast that left a wheel in Edinburgh? No, I didn't see that. Landed okay, but then they counted the wheels. There's a video of somebody taking office in a Dash 8. So the undercarriage is, because it's a high wing, the undercarriage at it, and they're filming it. As it takes off, the wheel drops off. It's like... Right, I'm going to be finishing up now in a few minutes, guys. I'm going for an hour and a half. My tummy's starting to rumble. I say I won't be on next week, but Clive is going to step into my place. So someone whack up a link to Clive's channel there so everybody can subscribe to him. He's going to do a live from under his van. If you tune in, you'll understand. Okay, Marty, I'm just finishing up now anyway. I'll catch you again. Yeah, so Clive's going to stand in for next week. I say I've got no video out this week. I'll be at the Bangor show next weekend, so there'll probably be a couple of odd lives popping up from the show. Try and do one Friday evening, but before Anthony comes on, and then odd times Saturday and Sunday. I might clash with you. I'll try and stay out of your way, Andy, on Sunday. I don't think anyone else is on Sunday, but yeah, just a couple of odd lives, maybe, depending on signal and everything. Tom, I'll see you at the show. Tom's very graciously decided to come and give me a hand. They always check the wheels. They land in Liverpool. So here we are, just coming up to 9 o'clock. So I'm going to do the old shutdown now, end the stream. So thanks very much for tuning in, guys. It's a pleasure, as always, Thursday evenings to spend an hour and a half with you guys chatting and shooting the breeze and having the crack. So I will see you all in 2 weeks' time. Well, as I say, probably a couple of shorts over or lives over the weekend in Bangor next weekend. So take care, everyone. See you in 2 weeks or at the Bangor show. Thanks very much for tuning in, guys. Bye for now.